Hello, I guess we are here today after a long while of me being active in the stats community and on the YT Battles Discord server in general. I've led the whole place for a year, back from summer 2020 to summer 2021. It's been almost a year, over a year, since I resigned. Well, a year and a day, if I remember it right, from Corona. And about 9 days since I last moderator. Yeah, this sometimes I'm a bit coughing, excuse me for that. So this is like a type of video I've never done before, but I guess it's time I give a proper explanation on basically why I decided to abandon the entire community today. Well, the short answer is I'm kind of lost in it. It's not the same people, which should be good and stuff, but I couldn't really get acquainted with them, with many of them to be exact. There are a few ones I still think that we got along very well, but looking at the friends I kept for the long run, there's barely anyone. There's barely anyone who I thought as close as the older generation. So basically what's happening currently in the YTB server, as far as I know, is basically dramas and useless arguments are, well, not just daily but probably hourly at this point, and the only time when it's not happening is when Maxitro joins the chat. Yeah, it's basically at that level. So what went down is that just 2 days probably before I resigned from moderator, I called out the chat's motives to constantly use the L ratio, V, mid and stuff like that, sometimes to harass others, which is a violation of rules, and everyone just thought it's a natural by then, which everyone interpreted as immediately banning the usage of everything I called out upon. Because usually when I did this stuff, I did it a bit harsher than most people would have. So what happened after that is that everyone thought they are banned because I was a bit more strict or a bit aggressive with the call out than I maybe should have. Don't care anymore. I just did what I usually do, say what I want. That's a part of me. And for some reason, sometimes saying what you want, is not exactly a good thing. Especially not in the way I can sometimes say it, I know that. But that's not the point. What basically happened is that, okay, we can't use V, let's use F. It took 2 days for someone to come up with this, and then when they got told that it's essentially the same thing, and they just don't understand what the fuck is going on there, they were like, oh, so we can't joke anymore? So basically, some people either didn't care a single bit about the regulations or how it was to be treated a bit more strictly, or they just outright started to joke with it. From this point on came the joke when anyone did something which which was related to any of those trends or basically any joke, everyone would scream mods, mods, mods. And that's where, and Enya today calls upon it like how it's a bit annoying, because I'm certain it is. And from what I saw, he went a bit far with it, which then caused the entire thing to collapse into itself to another drama, which was followed by Maxitro claiming he's gonna resign under these conditions, which I'm a bit surprised why he hasn't done yet. It took me way longer than it should have as well, and it took Colton also longer than it should have, because on this, probably people forgot, but in December the Mighty Battle server was about to be deleted. There was barely anything stopping it from deletion. It was YTB that one time actually doing something about it. You know, a bunch of staff got demoted, a bunch of shit got rearranged, spam channel got deleted. Instead, talk was added. By the end of January, the staff kind of looked like Maxitro and Leif being admins, which was, I think, around April or May, switched to Story, Leif. And then the moderators, the others were like me, Berlin, and Golden. And then later Leif. And in several brief occasions, Blister. Well, this lasted until June the 29th, when Gordon resigned. Which I think was, I'm not sure if it was followed or it was caused, or what relations to Gordon resigning and the video by Wiley's friend have, because that's where I'm going next. That video was surprisingly well made, considering Wiley and his friend group, from what I know, likes to joke a lot. That video was actually pretty well made. Like, it didn't go to a personal level or anything, it just listed what they think is a problem, and most of the points were actually valid, but I'm not going to call it out or react to it, that's not the point. Other than that, there was one other video which got to my attention, at least, by Dexter, or how some of the people on the server know it, the Furry. Holy shit, why do we call people that? Which was a lot less well done, and a lot about personal shit. Which, I don't know, you weren't completely innocent, from my perspective. Cause I remember like telling the man that I think there are like two genders in general, men and women. And the man immediately took it to a level where I deny his existence. Like, holy shit, imagine. Like, I don't agree with genderless existing, and then people immediately scream, you deny their existence, you're offending 90% of humanity, you're an idiot, you should be executed, whatever. Man left the server shortly after these arguments have been done. It really proves on a level, if we're already on the topic of Dexter, that how sensitive some people are when people are like, yeah, I don't think you're right. In all and every aspects. And this is the behavior I noticed with Dexter as well. You don't think there are countless genders? You're offending me, my personal rights, or whatever shit. Don't care what you identify yourself as. I just say that I don't really agree with the gender theory. I'm not going to go any more political than I just did here, but it's a bit of a context for that video, I think it was partially me who caused it to be made, because I expressed my opinion on that matter, but whatever. It doesn't really affect much, especially not in the long run. So, what went on afterwards was the whole hacking thing began. Around July 12th, my YouTube channel was briefly hacked by God knows who exactly. Don't care, never will. Man forgot to change his password and got his Russian phone resetted. And that was it. It lasted a whole 30 minutes. Next thing which happened was 2 days later someone else breached my Discord and Twitter accounts, which then indirectly resulted in the resignation being accelerated. Because I was initially planning to resign after the next set of trial mods had passed. Specifically on July the 31st, because I did not want to leave the server in an extremely hopeless shape in staff matters, but I ended up. And just 2 or 3 days ago the Minecraft server also got hacked and got deleted along with the new, and possibly my last Discord server. So yeah, there's this thing, which was then followed by Mixer and Flu's alt account getting hacked as well. It's all, or at least majority, is done by the same Dort guy, who's a bit of a socio or psychopath, I don't know, but whatever, this video is not about him. But yeah, he just, these daily hackings are really breaching one's motivation, especially that the community itself has either 2 types of reactions. 3, don't care, never will, who the fuck, what the fuck is hacking, or what can he do type of reaction. The second is the oh my god, we're all dead. And the third is the yay, he got hacked type of reactions. None of them are right, okay? You just gotta, I think, pay the respect to whoever was subject to these. And I know it's a threat of some sort, but like, this isn't the end of the world that some idiot got someone else's password. It's not that deep. Well, as long as they don't start posting personal information, which is then illegal and should be taken to court, if possible. But that's a whole different type of set. And then there's a third contribution, like the staff system collapsing into itself, ITB not, actually the fourth. So the main reasons I listed so far were the staff system and the server management of some sort being a bit more stalled than they should be, which is understandable because story managers like the whole Mr. B statistics thing and Maxitro can be online all day either. At that point he was on a trip, I think, when this was brought up. The second is YTV basically owning the Discord server by name, and despite taking all of the profit, he does jack shit for it. But the last time he was seen actively doing staff matters was December 2021. So that's another thing. The third major thing was the whole hacking thing, and the fourth and last one, and possibly the most important one I ended up leaving, is the daily dramas. So for context, Pilks and Gelatin, although a bit differently, but are on the opinion of easing up the rules of some sort, either by a little or by a lot. I don't exactly know, because there are like 7 articles largely made on common sense to me. So I don't know what you want to easen up there. Or then they say enforcement, but come on, you gotta enforce the goddamn 7 rules out there. At least that's what I think. Secondly, there are people who are like, no, go fuck yourself, to these people who have their opinions. And then these two usually strike daily. Especially that some people are, a bit more disliked than others. So like Pilk's sense of humor is like unique in a weird sense, and most people just can't take it. And for this, man kind of blames everyone. Like, holy shit, Pilks is also a bit too sensitive about it. If you get told to not say a joke because it clearly disturbs everyone else besides you, then don't. That's my frank opinion about Pilks and his whole joke drama. I certainly have my own issues with Gelatin as well. Sometimes he can be a bit too self-tempered, or how you say, bad-tempered. Like he's easily enraged. When like people start joking that he wants to easen up stuff a lot, and then anarchy. Which from a sense is understandable, because for many, most of the rules are based on common sense, and enforcement is, yeah, whatever. And then there's like, Gelatin, who like can properly explain what he wants to libertize more. So, anarchy. And these two, and there's this whole ideology check, in which Gelatin is mostly extremely progressive and libertarian, and then there's several others, such as me, who are not. And you know how political debates in 2022 end, I think. So that's another thing, and probably the major issue that has been going down a while. And then there's the part of it where like people barely know Chalky especially, like come to chat a bit, hang out, and then people tell them that yeah, you better leave. It's much of less of an issue nowadays, I think. It's more of the ideology chat stuff and the liberty stuff that has been taking over conversations. And especially since July the 14th, the lack of staff. Because all trials failed in the first half of July, and all trials are going to fail now too, probably. Which, yeah, doesn't really help. I'm reading some stuff up on Twitter recently, and what I saw was like, yeah, the server needs a completely new setup. Once I read that from someone, I don't wish to name anyone here. And on a certain extent, he's right. I mean, I was mod since February of 2020, just on the YTV server, and currently the 4 staff are mod respectively from May, September and October 2020 and January of 2022, with Story being the latest addition. So I could certainly get behind of some replacing, especially that Berlin is like a bit disliked. Mexitro might resign by himself. He's probably the most supported staff member at the moment, by the way, and Leif is just dead. However, what the thing is, who? At this point, people either won't take it, because they know what the consequences could be, especially since the whole Yep drama thing when Yep got banned for having too much warnings. And then half of the server chopped at the staff's throat. And this happened twice. But the second one was in a bit more respectful manner than the first, but the first, oh my goodness. I spent 3 hours arguing about how 6 months are worth a ban, especially if you got them in 1.5 months. Yeah, so that was a thing. So yeah, I can honestly relate to anyone who doesn't wish to be a staff any longer, because they, other than that monthly Discord Nitro giveaway, they get jack shit in return. And I don't want to point fingers now, but on the other hand, the owner, who has no active involvement on the server, gets everything. Like, he got the Discord partnership hoodie recently. He got a lot of the badge or anything because he was the owner. But in reality, he barely contributed. And that's the truth. So with an inactive owner, the server soon probably going down to having 1 admin and 2 mods. The solution of like deleting general and the ability to chat have been brought up, which in a sense might be where things are leading up to. I don't care what they do at the moment, because I left the server today after the whole NER thing and some other stuff piling up. But honestly, I can say that if Maxi gets out of the staff, God knows his story will follow himself, and the server basically being left with 2 mods with a fairly decent above 10k message for average activity. Yeah, not the image you want to have. And that's the image they're gonna get. So, in shortcut, I left the server because of the whole hacking thing, which kinda sucks, but to be honest, I have nothing to lose anymore, because I lost everything I could lose to it. Well, mostly I still have my account and my channel. Secondly, because of the whole, and most importantly because of the whole dramas happening hourly by now, and people not realizing what's the real deal here, because they like keep jumping at each other's throats and no one's there by now to stop them. Third, the inactivity of the server owner, which, you know, he'll have to do something in like 2 weeks at this rate, and we'll see where it goes. But I can honestly imagine him either deleting the server or making it an announcement only. I wouldn't even say /events. Just an announcement only server. And fourth, because of the whole incompetence which is shown by both the people who are supposed to like change their behavior for the place to get better, and even the staff. Because they want, they do everything and still nothing's done. So the questions can be arisen that, are they doing everything? Well, I don't blame them for not doing barely anything by now, because there's only 4 of them. Soon to be 3 or 2, or probably even 1 or 0. But yeah. The server basically collapsed into itself once Golden and me resigned. But it already started when Golden did, and then my resignation even more accelerated the process. And at one point you moderated these people doing the same things for 2.5 years, a bit less because many of them joined a bit later on, and you just had enough. And basically that's why I opted to resign on 9 days ago and now leave the server behind. So what's happening now? Because the video is already a bit overstretched, because I didn't write a script or anything, I was just like talking, because it feels like a more honest approach, to be honest. So what's happening now? I'm probably going inactive on YouTube. As you see, I didn't upload for 2 weeks again. I won't upload for another week now. Probably post the Dylan Code reports in either a week or two, and then go inactive for probably all of August. Then come back for with the August Dylan Code reports and so on with only 2 videos along the way. I'm also considering throwing Dylan Code out of the basket, or just completely stop making videos at all, or just make them for myself and not publish anything anymore. Those are also options I'm considering at the moment. Maybe I switch content entirely. Maybe I private a lot of the videos I uploaded so far. I don't know about YouTube just yet. On Twitter I certainly unfollowed anyone who wasn't like a close friend to me or doesn't interest me, and I did the same on Instagram. And I also unfriended a lot of people on Discord to decrease my involvement in the community. The only time I probably get involved again might be on August the 13th, when I'm still planning to rejoin to judge the talent show, if it even goes through by now. If that happens, I briefly rejoin, probably broadcast the event, and then again leave. Or maybe not, God knows, they have 3 weeks to do stuff. We'll see. So yeah, I think that's everything. Inactivity on YouTube, probably a bit more activity on tweeting on Twitter for a moment. Definitely inactivity on Discord. I haven't been posting on Instagram for months, so that doesn't even matter. I probably post once during the holidays or something, I don't know if I shared a picture from that. I'm honestly, I just lost my encouragement to be in the community in the long run. But after 3 years, it's probably time to move on. It's probably better for a lot of people, including myself. So, that's it. Even if not the best video, I guess I gave a mostly proper explanation of why I went through with everything this long and what's happening now, at least from what I noticed. Well, September is gonna be a huge thing in decision making, because I probably be jumping in this middle field for the majority of August, because I have nothing better to do. But yeah, I'm turning 18 next month, and I want to change up some stuff. Well, honestly, at least things IRL are partially looking up now. At least I get to throw a party. Yeah, but basically I think that's it. Hope you understand, I can't say enjoy, who the fuck enjoys this stuff, but yeah. Thank you for watching and hope you understand I'm repeating myself a bit more than I should be. And we'll probably see each other. Maybe in a live stream, God knows, maybe I'll stream a couple of times next week. Why not? I have some flash games, if you're interested then I make a poll, I might stream them. But other than that, that's it. Hope we'll meet again, maybe on this channel, maybe on some of my other friends' channel, or God knows where. I certainly ain't gonna be a deciding factor from now on. So yeah, goodbye.